All right, yesterday, Stephen Miller joined Fake News CNN to discuss Donald Trump's decision to invoke the Wartime Alien Enemies Act to deport members of the Tren de Aragua gang and schooled the host Casey Hunt on the rule of law, Constitution, and much more. She may want to do research before she brings Stephen back next time. Take a look.
The president's designation of Tren de Aragua as a foreign terrorist organization and as an alien enemy are part of his inherent plenary authority. There is no way.
At what point in the system, Stephen,
how are you going to expel?
Hold on.
How are you going to expel illegal alien invaders from our country who are raping little girls, who are murdering little girls, if each and every deportation has to be adjudicated in a district court judge? That means you have no country. It means you have no sovereignty. It means you have no future.
This went on for 10 minutes. It was a beatdown. Here with more, Deputy Chief for Policy, Homeland Security Advisor Stephen Miller. You're laughing because you had too much fun doing it. I've known you for too long. You know, the one thing that Greg Jarrett picked up, and I had forgotten about it, first of all, 4 presidents used the Alien Enemies Act. 4. And the U.S. Supreme Court in 1948 upheld Truman's use of this and ruled the law itself and said it was constitutional. We even have a constitutional precedent for it, which raises questions about John Roberts to me.
This is settled law, to use that common phrase, Sean. This is settled law. Alien Enemies Act has been on the books and has been upheld for over 200 years. And by the way, the fact that it's a 200-year-old law makes it stronger. This was adopted by the founding generation of our country. The people who wrote the Constitution wrote this law because they understood when America is being invaded by a hostile power, the president is at the height of his authorities to turn back that invasion. Tren de Aragua is arguably the most ruthless, violent, menacing gang now designated as terrorists. So these are now terrorists operating in the entire Western Hemisphere, more violent and vicious even than MS-13. What this judge tried to do would have meant, if this ruling was accepted, that a single district court judge can direct the movements of every single aircraft conducting every single deportation of every single criminal and terrorist in the United States. It would collapse the entire immigration enforcement system. It would be open borders by fiat, and our nation, it would be open season on our nation from every single hostile regime and hostile foreign power on the face of the earth. That is how dangerous and lunatic this ruling is.
What part of the law did the CNN anchor not understand? I mean, I got the impression she never even read it.
How about every part, Sean?
I got the impression she didn't understand the Constitution and the power of the presidency, never mind the fact that you're right. You point out that, you know, if you actually look at the Supreme Court ruling, the High Court ruled that under this act, it precludes judicial review of a removal order. It says specifically you can't bring it to a court.
Exactly. I mean, this is arguably, of all the statutes on the books concerning national security, this law arguably is the strongest law that exists in terms of delineating presidential power. And why is that? Because it doesn't affect American citizens, Sean. It doesn't affect Americans. It only applies to foreign citizens invading our country. So the president is operating at the apex of his authority as commander-in-chief to repel that invasion, to send the invaders out of this country. This gang, Tren de Aragua, doesn't just murder people, Sean. It tortures them. It relishes in inflicting pain and suffering on innocent civilians. And this judge, he wanted to take 250 foreign terrorists and set them free on American soil to rape and pillage and murder? And by the way,
crazy.
If you turn those planes back, what if there's a mutiny on those aircraft? What if the pilots are attacked or assaulted by the terrorists on that aircraft? The judge didn't care about the lives he endangered. This has to be shut down, Sean,
scary.
or we don't have a country. Bottom line, it has to be shut down.
We have terrorists, murderers, rapists, cartel members, gang members. They got to go.